Everybody has a different version of why they come to SC, but I think as far as the program, I mean, we're kind of hot right now. It's like, a show. You gotta come.
Basketball is a show.
People would be crazy not to be a part of it.
Camera speeds.
Hi, JuJu. I'm Vinciane. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for taking time to chat with us today.
Of course.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
It's fun being JuJu Watkins, isn't it?
It is. It is fun.
What is the secret to the signature JuJu bun?
I'll say holding fair. Just to help it keep up during the game. That's a key. The edge control, you know, the usual brush. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
This time last year, you talked a lot about how you were going with the flow when it came to your freshman year. What are some lessons that you're taking from your first season at USC and to the second year?
I mean, it was just such an adjustment from high school to college. In general, I think for any student, for any athlete, that's the same. A lot of last year was just, you know, the first time for everything for me. I think the biggest thing is longevity, kind of maintaining the same mentality, making sure my body is prepared, just staying locked in and making sure that my team and we're all on the same page as well.
Walking through campus, describe the feeling of when you first saw someone wearing JuJu Watkins merch.
It's always cool. I mean, I'll run into like that one like random person. I feel like I always be like, yeah, I like your shirt, bro. Like that's what I always do.
You have such great on-court camaraderie with your teammates, and you talk a lot about Otto, India Otto. You called her your bestie. Just talk to me about how that on-court camaraderie also makes its way off court.
Like a team, you spend 24/7 with them, and the season's so long, like I said, and you share so many experiences, and that kind of bonds everybody together. So this year we have a lot of new teammates, a lot of freshmen, 2 grad transfers, so we're definitely gonna have to build more chemistry because everything's so new. So far, we've gotten along very well. We just had our team retreat, so we got to like really hang with each other off the court. That'll definitely translate to on. I would say pretty much my friend group is my team. It feels, you know, like family, and the relationship between me and my coaches is just so important, especially Lindsay. She's one of the main reasons that I even went to SC, just because she's just such a great coach and person. Having that feeling that I can go to her about anything and just trusting her, that's really everything I was looking for in a coach. That trust, that bond, just grateful for her.
One thing that I think you and I share in common is a mutual admiration of our family, especially our parents. And it's really great to have your parents here with you. From you started off, you were 11 years old and you wanted to play basketball. How have your parents helped you in making these tough career decisions so early on?
Yeah, I don't think any of us expected like the trajectory of my journey. We've all adjusted together. They keep me sane in crazy moments. They just give me confidence, really help me stay grounded. My parents actually didn't want me to play basketball. They wanted me to do something else. It was a surprise when I decided to pick up a basketball for them.
So you saw the vision and
I started it. Yeah, they kind of came on the train a little later, but it's okay.
I'm feeling good, feeling great.
Yeah, what do you think so far of the shoot?
That's amazing.
This is your interview, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel amazing. Good weather, great vibes.
Yes.
JuJu's looking amazing. This is like LA to the next level.
Love it.
When you get ready, you're all dressed, it's time for you to go onto the court. What's the very last thing you do?
It's kind of weird. I like slap my face to like wake up. My teammates think I'm crazy sometimes, but honestly, it wakes me up sometimes when I'm too relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you slap your face when you scored 51 points?
I think I did. Yeah.
When you talk about the way that you play basketball, or anyone else talks about the way you play basketball, there's such a finesse to it. I want to go back to that 51-point game against Stanford. Who can forget? That was when I think we were all nationwide introduced to JuJu Watkins. Do you feel yourself like that? You could repeat that next year?
I don't know. I think my goal is just to do whatever is needed of me. And I think in that game that was needed. So if we have another game like that, maybe.
I mean, the thing, there's no more Pac-12. And now you're playing in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Have you gotten a chance to sort of understand the new competition that you're going to be facing against?
Not really. I think the main focus for me this summer has been on myself and kind of internally, like the team, myself, and figuring out how we can strengthen that. Like you said, finesse is something that I was looking to improve this summer, but also my pace, I kind of slowing down, changing speed a little bit. So that's what I've been working on to kind of get even better with that. Well, I grew up always going to the Sparks games, and I've always been a big Candace fan and admired her versatility and the way she's able to score from all parts of the floor. So I try to model that as much as I can.
Speaking of, Candace, she just called it a career, but she's taken that and she's parlayed it into now a business mindset. And do you see the work that she's done post-career as something that you ultimately want to do?
Yeah, I think the goal is just to position myself as much as I can to where I'm able to live a successful life off the court. I don't really know what that future holds, but I would love to diversify myself like she has done.
Cheryl Miller, we're all familiar with that name. She set the standard for USC women's basketball in 1982. 40 years later, we're seeing that happen now. I know you've had a chance to connect with her. What are some things that she has told you that you see in her game that mirror what you perform as?
Her legacy. She's set the foundation for USC women's basketball, and literally every day going to practice and seeing their banners in the gym, that's just so much motivation in itself to realize that that's the standard. And my hope and the hope of the team is just to continue that legacy and bring some more banners. As far as the program, we're kind of hot right now. Just the season that we had, and then just looking at the trajectory of it, I think we're setting the standard now. We're building a new era of USC women's basketball, so I think people would be crazy not to be a part of it. We try to put on a show as much as we can.
Famous faces step foot to watch you play. Does that at all click to you when you see them when you're playing in the audience?
Yeah, it's always crazy seeing like somebody famous in the stands and trying to focus.
Is there anyone that you're still waiting?
You know what's crazy? I just saw Sanaya Lathan at a Sparks game. I'm like, she has to come to a SC game. That would just be so crazy. As just a fan of loving basketball and growing up, that's my favorite movie. I would be so starstruck if she came. So
she's watching this.
We got to make that happen. Come on, please. The doors are open. Welcome for everybody.
What does the world of JuJu look like outside of basketball?
I'm a big movie person though, so I'll just go to the movies with my homegirl, or we'll go eat. I love to eat. I love clothes, so yeah, that's kind of what an off day looks like for me. One of those three things. I'm a big rom-com person, so Notting Hill, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, that type of stuff.
Have you seen You've Got Mail?
I have. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I have seen that. I have seen that.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. You and I share that. We are both rom-com fans.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite silhouettes that you have in your collection right now?
I love a good Air Force. Okay. Yeah, that's probably my number one.
White?
Yeah.
Black?
White. Yeah. White. And then I have some Travis Scott ones. I like those as well.
So I do see that you have a pretty extensive sneaker collection.
I do.
You talked about
I do.
how you love your Air Forces, but you played in the Kobe's. And this year, are you planning to repeat that same process?
Yeah, I think I might switch it up a little more this season. Whatever feels comfortable.
If you had to pick an idea of what a JuJu Watkins signature shoe would look like, what would be the first detail that you would want to think of?
It's definitely gonna have to be a low top. I wouldn't have it any other way, probably a low top.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your preferred silhouette?
Preferred.
Of course, the NIL space has become so successful, extremely lucrative, and you have a deal with Nike, which I think is very impressive. You do a great job at giving back to your teammates, and we've seen that. Nike does, in turn, a great job of making sure that we can celebrate the philanthropic side of you. And so just talk to me a little bit about how it feels being able to give back from a community aspect.
Yeah, I've always had a passion for just giving to others. My grandfather, he has a nonprofit in Watts called WLCAC that gives back to that community as well. It always feels good to win with my team, but kind of stepping outside of that and give back to others, my community most importantly, because they poured so much into me, and do as much as I can to make sure that other people have similar opportunities that I was able to have. It just always feels great. It makes me feel like I'm doing more than just on the court stuff.
We were just in Paris at the Olympics, and you had mentioned that even in that moment, you could kind of see yourself playing again, and 2028 is here.
Yeah.
And so when you think about that, playing in your backyard, so to speak, when you look at your career at the pro level, is that near future, close to you? What are you most excited about?
Honestly, the competition. I mean, it's just, you know, the best players in the world in one league, and I think that I really will look forward to that. Kind of go into a new setting and adjust again and get used to the ways of pro life, I guess. And the Olympics, I mean, of course it would be a dream of mine, but honestly, I'm trying to stay as grounded as I can in the present and get ready for this season.
So the task at hand is entering the season
Yeah.
healthy, finishing the season, lifting the national championship.
Yeah.
It was such a benefit when we saw you, even in 2020, grace the cover of Sports Illustrated. And even now, that's been 4 years.
So crazy to think about.
When you think about that time up until now, you still are just flabbergasted at the growth
Yeah.
that your career has taken off?
Not even my career, but honestly, just women's basketball in general, just how far it's come and how far it will continue to go. I think that just amazes everybody in the sport and from the outside looking in.